AP Cover Stars Live Tech here in sunny California. Once again, this is Anto with Bryce. And I am Kyle, and just going to get back to the bus to use AP Cover Stars on. Let's go, guys.
Lennon Bus with our AP Cover Stars, our second round actually of AP Cover Stars. We'll meet them in 1 minute here, but don't forget if you want to ask any of these guys questions via Twitter, start asking right now. Don't forget to include the hashtag LennonBus. Before that, let's check out the second version of the AP cover. Y'all ready for this? You guys ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1, hit it. Shablamo.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Look at that. That is amazing. Available July 2nd. It's $6. And if you pre-sale, if you order via the pre-sale going on right now, you get an exclusive poster. Boom! So it's like that. Limited viewing just happened right there. So let's meet our AP Cover Stars. To my right, we got Chris Drew. Never. Yeah. Where's our flash? There we go. Thank you. After that, we got Jenna McNeil, like a lot. And our repeat Kelly Wayne speaking with Siren. No! No! And last but not least, we got Drew Oliver, all the way on the couch. And Icy Stars.
Devin Oliver.
What did I say?
Oh, nice.
Devin Oliver. Drew, one more time. We got Devin Oliver.
You know what, guys?
Icy Stars.
No, you just created a new party name. From now on, dude, Drew. Party Drew.
And just after Devin, we got, once again, the founder of the Vans Warped Tour, our guest interviewer for the day, Kevin Lyman. What up?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Okay, afternoon from Pomona, California. I love being here. It's just like 5 minutes from where I grew up. So if you go by my bus, all kinds of people there. You're gonna have a good time. A lot of you guys are far from home. You know, I know that Australia, Jenna, and we have a lot of people from overseas this year. So have you been able to give them any tips? Because I think we got bands from Australia, we've got bands from New Zealand, we got a lot of UK bands. Have you talked to anyone about what it's like to be on Warped Tour?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just all about sort of, it is what you make it and you get out what you put in. It's kind of like, just going all out and filling up your day and sort of not wasting it and making the best of
And this
it.
morning I wandered by your bus and you were playing something and I couldn't tell. Was it bug spray or sunscreen?
It
you
smells
have
like
this
bug
whole
spray,
sheet
doesn't
of
it?
spray just coming
It's
down upon you.
suncream. It's suncream, but it smells like bug spray, so it's not the best. Sunscreen.
Suncream.
Never choose.
And you guys have been out. Everyone has been on this tour before. I mean, but you're now on the cover of it. You know, do you feel different being out here? You know, you've been out here telling a third trip with us. Second.
Me, this is our second.
Second trip.
Warped Tour, yeah.
Second trip for you, Drew Devin, and second for you, Chris. And
Drew Devin.
Drew Devin.
It sticks, dude. Drew Devin.
So being out here like this second time, I see everyone working just as hard. I mean, you guys aren't letting up, saying, "Hey, we've been out here one time. We can just sit in our buses." I mean, what are you guys doing every day? I mean, Christopher, you are doing all kinds of things out here. What's your normal day consisting out here?
Wake up. I've been going to sleep pretty early, so I've been waking up early, and then I'll work on my computer for a little bit, and then I do this thing called Band Happy, which is really fun, and then just press and play the set, eat as many times as I can in between all that.
Doing some signings, meeting people out there.
Yeah, I've been going out to the merch table and doing some more Full Sail, and
It's only been early on a Warped Tour. What time is that for?
like 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Not the earliest one, I bet.
No, not that
Not
early.
early.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to try to stay up and go out, but I just started getting kind of tired, so.
It's like stamina. It takes a while to build up to it, too.
Yeah.
To be out here. I know, for me, it's been strange because I still want to be first up in the morning and make sure the kids have a great show. But
For
the last
sure.
few nights, it's been like 10:30. I'm just like, all right, have fun in the parking lots. I mean, have you met any? Have you been in the parking lots at night and stuff?
I feel lazy if I'm not out there.
Is that part of being lazy?
If you're not out there, I don't know.
It was a very interesting thing we did a few years ago. We had a girl named Katy Perry was on her first tour out here.
I don't know who that is.
And they had a superlative where you vote on things, best looking, this kind of thing, or best couple on order. She was voted laziest person on Warped Tour.
Whoa.
And people didn't really realize like how much work she was actually doing in the background. All the stuff that going to radio stations, doing press, doing videos on every minute she could turn around. And the reason she was voted laziest, she wasn't at the party. So you're on track. You will not be voted laziest if you're out there at the parties. And anything good, happening at the barbecues yet? Food. Food's been good.
Y'all got veggie burgers down there?
I got veggie burgers.
All right, cool.
I got veggie burgers.
Just double check.
What's the name of the barbecue band this year?
We got two of them actually. A
Okay.
City Shake Up from Australia.
Yeah.
Nice Australian kids. They
Nice.
started emailing me. They were just so funny. Like I'd already brought a band called Art of Shock,
Mhm.
and they're more local, and I know those guys from California. But this band was so like witty and kind of interesting on how their proposal. They would like send me photos of like them cooking, or
That's
those
awesome.
send me those photos like reading cooking books, and it was kind of really nice. And they also sent me some music that I really liked. I mean, the more I dug into them, they're kind of getting to be a known band in Australia. They're touring down there and playing. So we've kind of got this tag team going on the barbecue so far.
That's a rad thing is, meeting a band that's cooking all the other band's food so they get an opportunity to play each day. That's a really rad thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the barbecue, I've had their tours, but Warped is what I'm most known for. And my country tour, Country Throwdown, that was out last year, there's a band called Florida Georgia Line. That was the barbecue band on the tour. And they have like the #1 song in the country right now.
That's
And it was kind of like, I want that to come from a band on Warped Tour, but it was like in the Florida Georgia Line, they just headlined for 60,000 people at Country Music Week.
That's amazing.
They headlined the stadium there. And last year they were hauling the barbecue out on one of our tours. So you can start anywhere. And going back to that, I know, Chris, you've been on the road a lot and, been, around and, a few years ago, your perspective on touring and stuff. Are you feeling good about being back on the road and
Yeah.
more comfortable with it?
Yeah, I love being on the road. Honestly, as time goes on, I start feeling more at home on the road than I do whenever I'm
Agreed.
home. So, yeah, I'm stoked to be back on.
And then
been amazing.
You come from Joplin, with which we know that town got pretty wiped out a few
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah, it got roughed up.
And how are you feeling whenever time you read in the paper now with these storms hitting other Oklahoma and everything, or does it bring any memories back? Or
Yeah, I was home whenever the storm hit Oklahoma. It's pretty close to Joplin, so it was like, I don't know, it brought back a lot of like fear and stuff. Like I could see it in like my family and stuff. Everybody's all tripped out, like, and super sad. And it was like right around the same time. It was like right as like the annual like year that it happened. It's happened like on the same day pretty much.
Yeah.
So pretty intense.
Kellen, where are you guys from?
All over the place.
That's
We
true.
we have Drew.
All right, my name is Devin.
Wait,
no,
I
it's different to everyone.
No, I asked you, Kellen, and I got calendar.
Yeah. Me and Jesse, my guitar player from Oregon, and then Jack, our guitar player, is from Florida, and then two of our members are from Michigan, Justin and Gabe.
But this is a whole new thing for you. You have a new child. I guess
Yep.
you would have been out here last summer. You must have the baby when
Yeah,
you're on the
I
road.
just had the baby last year before Warped Tour.
Right, and I think probably then it was like you didn't really you're going back on a normal tour. It's a new baby. You don't get in the flow. But this year, the attachment is it hard to leave?
It's getting harder. I still think she does. I mean, I think right now at her age, like, she doesn't have a concept of time. So when I'm around, she's really excited, and thankfully she's not to the point yet where she's like, I don't want you to go, because that's going to be where it's tough. But yeah, it's hard for me just because she's always growing and learning new things right now. But she loves music, and anytime I bring her out, I brought her out to Portland. She was having so much fun. So.
Yeah, and Devin, where are you from?
My whole band's from Detroit, the Detroit metro area, yeah.
Just announced a big night. Where are they going to get that money for that new hockey stadium that they just announced? I mean, that town's bankrupt.
Yeah,
And a $650 million
We're in
hockey
recovery.
stadium you're building,
We're in recovery.
or denial. It's a fine line between recovery and denial, I think,
Yeah.
sometimes. But, you grew up in Detroit?
Yeah, we all went to elementary school together. We grew up right around the block from each other, so.
And do you feel like that roots, like music brings people together? I mean, you're in a city that's been through some rough times. But,
Yeah.
but when you go to Detroit, and you guys have all played in Detroit, the show's off the hook.
Oh, they go hard.
I mean,
Yeah.
those kids appreciate. I mean, they've always been a big fan of Warped Tour. They come out and then they really embrace music at all levels. I mean, my heavy metal tour does really well. Mayhem does well up there. Country did great up there. So it's a city of music.
Well, it's really cool because I feel like Detroit is just kind of like very open-minded. I mean, they don't close their minds to like, you know, very out there music, I guess you could say. You know, so when a tour comes, they just kind of support. You know.
Did you ever get to hang out with Kwame?
No.
Dude, that was. Do you guys know Kwame? The story of Kwame. If you ever
Oh, yeah.
want to read a book about like the most amazingly corrupt individual who actually ran a town, Kwame was the guy. He was like the mayor of Detroit for.
Can't be texting girls.
But he just ran it like I guess the modern day like total like just fight to him. Now he's in jail though for quite a while. He's been in jail for a while, but so come on. So jumping back to music and stuff. So this record that you had come out, Kellen, there was a lot of anticipation on it and excitement about it, and it's out right now. And you guys all have records that but how do you guys feel? Like, do you guys sit up at night like waiting for that record? Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Or you're so busy you don't even know if the record comes out, and then you just got to go back to work.
I was nervous.
Yeah, I just like my whole years leading up to putting out our record. I'm anticipating it so much. Yeah, there's a lot going on around it, and it's exciting to have announced it and everything. But it's just like, it feels like a long haul to get to that release date.
Yeah, the release date is the hardest part. Once it's past there, then it's cool. It's like
And
when you can't hold it anymore, and it finally gets taken from you. That's where it's nice. You don't have to think about it anymore.
I'm waiting to hold it.
How about you, Christopher, with your music lately?
I don't know. I get excited about release dates, but I don't put any pressure on myself anymore. I just kind of like let it happen, and whatever happens, happens. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much. You can go out there and do what you can play for the kids now. It's interesting at different time. It's not like you put out a record and like, oh, when's going to be played on radio with this? You can't expect that. If it happens, it's a bonus.
Right.
But so how much time do you guys spend personally, like on Twitter, Facebook, all the kind of things? Do you guys? Is it something that's taking up a lot of your time? Or?
Some days more than others. I'll get on it like some days and just go to town on it, and then other days I'll just put it in my backpack and not worry about my phone.
That's a good thing. I mean, separating. What do you do to separate? Let's just go down the line real quick. What do you do to separate yourself from this, which is going to be so much? You guys got to tour now all the time. There's no real breaks unless you make that break for yourself. So, what do you do when...
It's kind of hard to separate yourself because, I mean, I feel like Twitter and like Facebook and Instagram, all that stuff, it is a way to like connect with the fans, but I have a lot of family too that it's really cool just to be able to post pictures and let them see what I'm doing out here, like not just the fans.
And you ever really just separate it all?
I do, yeah. I mean,
what do you do as a hobby?
A lot of guys in my band are like working out and stuff and trying to exercise and get in shape. And honestly, my hobby is just trying to go out and meet as many new people as I can every single day.
You're in the right place. You're going to have a good, successful hobby this summer because you're on the road with about 1,000 people on the road, not only with the fans and everything, but a lot of these bands are very diverse this year. It's a very diverse lineup. Anyone have like a band that they didn't know, like wandering around, and all of a sudden, or you've met at the barbecue, or you've seen play that you just were maybe on a stage next to you, and you go, wait, who are those guys? Have you had that moment yet?
I did last night. I wish so much that I could remember their name, but I was walking past Kevin Says on the way back to the bus, and this is kind of like this ska band.
Wow, Beavis and her Moneymaker?
No.
No?
I just can't remember for the life of me. I heard their last song, and they were giving out 3 CDs, so I picked one up. I was like, they had this CD called Ear Buzz. That's what their album's called.
Nice. That's a
it's
sick
really
album.
cool. They had like a bass, drums, guitar, vocalist, and a Japanese trombone. It was just so cool, and like it was really nice because everyone was leaving the festival, but everyone stopped there because like I don't know, it's just a perfect way to end the day.
Anyone yet?
Crossfade.
Crossfade?
Yes.
Japanese band.
Yeah,
Very cool kids.
I met those guys.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
cool.
I had them play on the Warped UK show this year, and that's when I decided like, I had a big one. Hey, this is going to be something real cool. We should bring people in.
They tear up people. They make the most of that stage and the space, and they go hard.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Nice.
All right. What? 10 years from now. I mean, unfortunately, 10 years from now, I don't know if I'll become hobbling around the parking lot. And I told them I don't want to be on a rascal in this parking lot. So, for me, it's been a matter of getting more and more false parts to keep me going. I got a new knee this year to keep me going. I mean, 10 years, where do you see you guys, down the road? Where do you hope to be? Let's start with you.
I hope to like have a studio and be recording like